Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley. Today I'm here with
Easton D'Amelia.
Easton. We switched it back. We brought this back because, I felt like having these on the inside just kind of like didn't feel right to me.
Well, I'm so used to my computer right here, so it really didn't matter for me.
Right. So, I was just kind of used to having the desk on the outside. I felt like it just didn't really look right. So Bobby Witt makes his return, a one-day hiatus.
So you're not waking up to him anymore?
Nope, no more waking up to Bobby Witt. All right, so let's go to the scores from this past week. We had some interesting ones. Warrensburg with a win over Boonville, 5-1. Fulton gets it done against Moberly, 2-1. Fulton moves up to number 2 in the rankings because of it. Chillicothe, an upset against Savannah, 5-2. St. Charles West, a rivalry win, 2-1 over St. Charles. West County, a run rule against Fredericktown, 11-1. And Southern Boone wins the conference with this win over California, 4-3.
Yeah, that Moberly and Fulton game, I predict Fulton to win that. Little did I know that only Fulton's ace was throwing. Moberly did not throw their ace. So that kind of shows that Moberly does have a deep pitching staff, and they're willing to able to kind of use their mid-range guys over really good teams. Chillicothe versus Savannah, Chillicothe took it on top. I was kind of surprised on that one. Savannah's the team that I'm kind of thinking they're going to win their district.
The Class 4 District Championship predictions. So we'll start off with District 1. I got number 9, Fredericktown. District 2, number 12, St. Genevieve. District 3, unranked, Lutheran South. Number 22, Owensville in District 4. Number 8, MICDS in District 5. District 6 is number 6, Duchesne. District 7, number 4, Moberly. Number 3, Tolton in District 8. That's a really interesting one. And what a meeting out in sectionals between maybe Fulton and Moberly. Could be Southern Boone, could be Fulton. That's a crazy district, District 8 is. District 9, number 13, Blair Oaks. District 10, number 17, Stratford. Number 20, Seneca in District 11. The number 1, Logan Rogersville in District 12. District 13 is unranked Odessa. I'll take number 5, Summit Christian in District 14. A hot Benton team. They are ranked 15. I'll take them in District 15. And District 16, number 19, Savannah.
In District 1, I have Notre Dame. District 2, St. Genevieve. District 3, Bayless. District 4, Owensville. District 5, MICDS. District 6, Duchesne. District 7, Moberly. District 8, I do have Fulton, so we could see that rematch again. District 9, Blair Oaks. District 10, Nevada. District 11, Seneca. District 12, Logan Rogersville. District 13, Odessa. District 14, Summit Christian. District 15, I have Excelsior Springs. And District 16, Savannah.
All right. Class 4 games this week. We'll start off with Benton, Logan Rogersville, and Blair Oaks. Those 3 games are tonight. Nevada on the 19th, Fulton on the 20th, and Boonville on the 21st. Nevada, Fulton, and Boonville. Those are playoff games, so we're getting in the playoffs here. Benton versus Savannah. This should be a fun game. I'm going to take the Benton Cardinals. As I have already said, they're hot. They're on 11, 12-game win streak right now. They're scoring 7.3 a game, and they're 9-2 at home. So the matchup history is very much so in Savannah's favor, but I just feel like Benton's playing really good right now.
Yeah, I'm going to take Benton as well. They're one of the hottest teams in Class 4. They had a very tough early on schedule. They were playing the top teams in Class 5 and 6, and now they're starting to play their class. They're starting to get a good rhythm, and I think they're able to take over the Savages.
The Class 4 game of the week is Logan Rogersville versus Willard. This one is big. Number 1, Logan Rogersville in Class 4. Number 2, Willard in Class 5. I will go with Willard on the road here. They're scoring 9.5 a game on average, and they're allowing 3.1. This is a really big game. Logan Rogersville has an insane schedule. I would say the hardest or second hardest in Class 4. I'd maybe give that to Blair Oaks. But, what I'm trying to say here is Logan Rogersville, they're going to be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to take Willard in this one. While Logan Rogersville is my number 1 in Class 4, Willard's a team that I think can beat anyone at any time. I think they're able to get done against the number 1 Class 4, Logan Rogersville.
Blair Oaks versus Rockbridge. This is going to be a fun one. We've got Blair Oaks at number 13 in Class 4, and we have Rockbridge at 3 in Class 6. So, obviously, I'm going to go with the Bruins here. They're playing really good ball right now. They're scoring 6.8 runs per game, and they're only allowing 3.1.
I'm going to take Rockbridge as well, but the Falcons are coming off a big win last night versus Rolla, so they're kind of finding a groove heading into the postseason, but I will take the Bruins. They've been playing good all year and a dominant team.
A playoff game, Nevada versus Clinton. Clinton just missed out on the top 25 rankings. I would have them top 30, but overall they just didn't have any like insane wins, and like the iffy losses kind of overshadowed the good wins in my opinion. Nevada, they're a team that has been slipping down the rankings. We had them, as a top 10 caliber team to start off the season. They have been losing a little bit here lately. They're 16-11. I didn't quite think that they were not top 25 worthy. I thought that I could still at least get them in at 25. I do think they'll win this game. They're scoring 6.8 a game, and they're 6-1 against Clinton since 2018.
Well, how funny would that be if I predict them to win the districts but lose first round? That would just be bad. But I do think Nevada, they're a good team. They had struggles throughout the years, but during the postseason last year, they picked it up at the right time, and I'm expecting them to do the same thing this year.
Fulton versus Southern Boone is a great game. I took Tolton in the districts because I just don't know what's going to happen in this game. This one's crazy, and it was more of a strategic thing, taking Tolton to win the district, in all honesty. I could see either of these two teams winning districts. It's just, to me, Tolton should not have that much of an issue getting past Wright City. So they have an easier way to the district championship than either of these two teams have. Obviously I had to go with Tolton. It just felt right. And we had them ranked 3. We have Fulton at 2, so that was a technical upset. I will go with Southern Boone in this game, though. I know that goes against your district pick. I really like Fulton this year. There's nothing against them when I say this. But, Southern Boone, they're scoring 5.6 a game. They're 10-1 against Fulton since 2017. So I think that just kind of, drives what I'm thinking here. And they're hosting.
Yeah, Fulton has a very strong guy on the mound that I'm expecting him to do very good against Southern Boone, whereas Southern Boone does have a lot more depth. I feel like they have a lot of 1, 2, 3 that are pretty similar, that if they are able to beat Fulton, they have a really good chance of beating Father Tolton. But I do see Fulton winning this. They have their ace on the mound, and I think there's no doubt they're able to get it done.
Boonville versus Mexico. I had a tough time with this one. Number 10, Boonville. Number 11, Mexico. I will go with Boonville. This is another one that I'm just kind of looking at matchup history a little bit here to really drive my point. They're 18-6 against Mexico since 2010, so they're doing pretty well against them. They're only allowing 3.3 a game. I think Mexico's allowing 3.4, so that's a very close stat. And I think Boonville is right around the same on runs per game. So these are two very even teams. Mexico is hot. I would not be surprised if they win this game, but I feel like I got to go with Boonville here.
What district is this by chance?
This is the one with Moberly. So that's
District 7?
Is that 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, no, you're good. Just
I was just curious.
Yeah. This is going to be in the video.
Okay.
You don't have to start.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to take Mexico to win this one. I do think they're the hottest team. They've had significant wins. They actually beat Fulton recently. They beat North Callaway. So I do think this is a team that, when they're hot, they're going to be a tough team to beat in the postseason.
Class 5 from this past week. Marshfield gets the win against Logan Rogersville. This one is actually rescheduled, and it happened on, I want to say, like Tuesday. So when we did the video last week, it was on Thursday. The game was supposed to happen on Thursday, and then it got rescheduled for 4 or 5 days later? 5 days. And so Marshfield gets it done, 5-1. Kearney, they beat Excelsior Springs 7-6. Vianney, a close one over Festus, Festus is kind of struggling. So that's if there's such thing as a good loss, that's a good loss for Festus right now. Carl Junction, they beat Neosho 5-1. Truman, a nice win against Platte County 6-3. And JC gets it done against Helias on the road 3-0. And then the next day they play at JC and Helias wins it. So I felt like I had to rank Helias for a reason. That was actually before the JC win. So they're 11-12 going into the top 25 rankings. I put in a losing record team because I felt like they were good enough to be in the top 25, and then the same night they proved it.
Yeah, the Crusaders are hot. They're a hot baseball team, and that's going to be tough, looking at their district, because they're a team you really don't want to play. You draw them. They have a deep pitching staff. They have good bats, and they're a hot team right now. They struggled early on. They're finally finding their groove. I'm excited to see if that matchup does happen again between Jeff City and Helias. That Festus game is really mind-boggling because They've had the lowest of lows, and now that almost was the highest of highs if they were to upset Vianney. So I really don't know where to put them, and then Marshfield had a really good win over a top Logan Rogersville team.
The Class 5 district predictions. In District 1, I'll take number 7, Farmington. District 2, number 1, Vianney. District 3, number 6, Rockwood Summit. A technical upset in District 4. I'll go with number 12, St. Dominic. Number 4, Jefferson City is my pick in District 5. Number 2, Willard in District 6. In District 7, I'll go with number 10, the Carl Junction Bulldogs. And District 8, number 3, Smithville.
All right, I'm going to go take Farmington in District 1. District 2, I'll take Vianney. District 3, Rockwood Summit. District 4, St. Dominic. District 5, I'll take Jefferson City. District 6, Willard. District 7, Carl Junction. And then District 8, the team I've always been high on this year. Hopefully, they get it done against Smithville. Platte County is who I will be taking. So that was a big debate all the year. Who should I put ahead? And that's something that we're going to see when districts come around.
Smithville already got the head-to-head, just saying. So
1-0.
I guess we'll see.
So that'd be an upset technically.
I guess so. We'll see what happens there. Class 5 for this week. We'll start off with Warrensburg. That game is tonight. So is West Plains, Jefferson City, and Marshfield, actually. So all, the top 4 games are all tonight. And then Festus and St. Dominic tomorrow. We have no playoff games in this one. So I think Class 6, we have 2 playoff games, so we'll get to that later. But this is 0 here, 3 in Class 4, and 2 in Class 6. We'll start off with Warrensburg versus St. Michael. I'm going to go with the road team here, St. Michael. I thought very highly of them about midseason in Class 4, had them ranked top 10. They had a few games where they slipped. You know, they lost to Summit twice, which is a top 5 team in Class 4. And I think this is a potential bounce-back game for them. They're scoring 8.8 runs a game. So, like, it's just as long as the pitching staff is there, I know that's been a struggle for them this year. If the pitching staff gets it together, they could potentially make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, Warrensburg already proved they could beat top teams in Class 4. Boonville, they beat recently. So I think they're able to take care of business against the St. Michael team.
West Plains versus Stratford. This one is a tough one to predict. I will go with West Plains. Would not be surprised if Stratford wins, though. West Plains, their pitching staff has been what's holding them back so far, but they have a really tough schedule. And that's just every Springfield school that has a tough schedule. Springfield is a gauntlet this year, which obviously West Plains is like an hour and a half away from Springfield, but like they're in that kind of area. They play a lot of those teams is what I'm trying to get at here. They're scoring 4.5 runs a game. And the big thing for me here, they're 8-3 at home. So I think they make that 9-3.
Guys, the West Plains might have the best name. The Zizzers, is that how you say it?
Yep.
That's a pretty good one. But I will take Stratford to win this one. They've been a tough team all year. I'm very excited to see what they do in the postseason.
So I got to see West Plains on Tuesday night.
Okay.
So that video will actually be up tonight. So, like, I'm hoping to get this up around, like, 1:30, and then I'll have the West Plains and Licking game up at 7. They beat Licking 6-0. They pitched really well. It was Licking's ace on the mound.
Okay.
And they knocked him out in the second inning. He let up 4 runs, and they took him out. So West Plains, the bats were looking good that night.
I bet they were.
So, JC versus Fatima. This is the first time we talked about Fatima during baseball. It's just like they're kind of flying under the radar. They've had a pretty tough schedule. They're 14-12, so like the record's not beautiful. But I think this is a pretty good team. I don't think that they can beat JC though. Jeff City, they're scoring 8.8 a game. They're only allowing 2.7. The pitching staff's been playing really well for them.
Yeah, Jeff City coming off that split versus Elias. I think they're able to carry kind of some motivation to beat Fatima. I mean, Fatima's a good team. They've played good all year against really good teams. They beat Blair Oaks. I do think the Jays, though, they're a top team in Class 5 and a team that is looking to make a run during the postseason.
Marshfield versus Lebanon. This one's fun. This is going to be our should we make this one the Class 5 game of the week, or should we wait for St. Dom and Vianney? What do
you got it. You pick.
We'll say St. Dom and Vianney's Class 5 game of the week. So Marshfield and Lebanon, this is the runner-up for the Class 5 game of the week. I'm going to take Lebanon here, the road team. They're scoring 7.3 a game. They're 17-2 against Marshfield since 2010. So I got to go with the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm going to take Marshfield in this one. They did beat top Logan Rogersville recently, so that's something I kind of look at. They have had some losses around that, so it's kind of weird how you beat a really, really good team and then might lose to a team that might not be as good, but I will take Marshfield to win this one.
Festus versus Marquette. We couldn't quite get the Marquette Mustangs into the top 25. They were right outside of it. I'd say they're at least top 35. I will go with Festus here. They're really iffy right now. Like they're really off and on, I guess is better to say than iffy. They're scoring 5.4 a game, and they're 6-2 at home. So I think they continue the good streak at home.
Yeah, they've been like a roller coaster. You're going to have the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Early on, I thought they were a top team, but after a couple bad weeks, I do think they're not as good as I originally thought. I will take Marquette to win this one, and yeah.
St. Dominic versus Vianney is the Class 5 game of the week. St. Dominic, they're playing good right now. We got them at number 12. Vianney, I mean, they're our number one, unanimous number one. And the Griffins are 29-1 right now. I feel like I can't pick against them, even if they're on the road here. Vianney scoring 7.6 runs a game, and they're only allowing 2.2. They're playing good both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I'm going to take Vianney. They're the top team, my favorite to win it all, and they've had great momentum all year long, and I think they're able to carry it into the postseason and a win over the Crusaders.
Class 6 from this past week, Nixa gets it done in the backyard brawl, 6-1. Marquette and Westminster is canceled. Francis Howell wins on the road 5-0. Rockbridge beats CBC at Kickapoo 10-3. Staley versus Liberty North. I was at this one. Staley senior night. It ends up being 8-0. And then Fort Zumwalt West and Rockwood Summit does not happen.
Yeah, I was really shocked how Rockbridge took it to the Cadets. I mean, that CBC team's a team that might not have the prettiest record, but they are a really good team. They're a top seed in their district. Staley, they're running it up against a really good Liberty North team. They're a team that could push it towards Francis Howell. Even though that game was a blowout early on, I think Staley was still trying to figure things out, even though they had a really, really good record. And then Nixa, they're a team that's kind of finding a groove against a really good Ozark team.
So the district predictions for Class 6. Let me go ahead and pull those up. I botched it here. Hold on one second here. Class 6. We'll start off with District 1. I'm going to go with a technical upset here. Number 12, Kirkwood. District 2, another upset. I'm taking number 21, Lafayette Wildwood, to make a run here. District 3, give me number 11, Slough. Number 1, Francis Howell in District 4. Number 3, Rockbridge in District 5. Would not be surprised if number 4, Blue Springs South, takes care of that one, though. I'll take number 8, Nixa in District 6. In District 7, number 6, Lee Summit. And District 8, got to go with number 2, Staley.
Okay, so my districts in Class 6, District 1, Lindbergh. District 2, Parkway South. District 3, a big upset, Francis Howell North. They were able to do some upsets throughout the year, so I think they're able to carry it on. District 4, obviously, Francis Howell. District 5, I will agree, I'll take Rockbridge. District 6, I'll take Nixa. District 7, I'll take Lee Summit. And then District 8, I'll take Staley.
All right. District Class 6 for this week. Fort Zumwalt West is where we'll start off. That game is tonight, as well as Lafayette Wildwood tonight. Tomorrow is Blue Springs South and Lee Summit. And the bottom two are playoff games. Lindbergh versus Fort Zumwalt East is very exciting to me. Or wait, hold on. No, Lindbergh's 6 and Fort Zumwalt East is 5. So never mind. That one's not a playoff game. That's the final game of the season. I don't know why they're playing regular season on the 19th. I can assure you, Francis Howell versus Fort Zumwalt North is the playoffs, though. So we only have one playoff game in Class 6. Fort Zumwalt West versus Timberland. I feel like there's a chance we may have overrated Timberland, to be honest. Like, they have a few good wins sprinkled in there, but I don't know. 18 may have been a little too high for them. It just, like, felt right at the moment. And then somebody that is, like, very into GAC stuff, they're like, you know, they're kind of like, hold on a sec. Yeah, I mean, you got North Point below them, and North Point has beat them this year. So I was like, ooh, you're right. That may have been an oversight. I will go with Fort Zumwalt West here. They're scoring 8 runs a game, and they are allowing 3.4. I feel like the Jaguars could make a run.
Yeah, Fort Zumwalt West has won 7 of their last 9 games. I think they're a hot team, and I think they're able to get it done over the Wolves.
Lafayette Wildwood versus Parkway South. I'm really high on Lafayette Wildwood. I mean, they don't have the prettiest record in the world, sitting at 18-12, but they've had one of the toughest schedules to date. Lafayette Wildwood is scoring at 7.1 runs a game. They're 13-7 against Parkway South since 2012, so I will go with the Lancers.
I am going to take the Lancers as well. They've struggled recently. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games, but that's because of that tough competition. And against these bigger games, I feel like that tough competition just makes these not as more pressure, and it's just you're going to play loose and play better.
Blue Springs South versus Liberty North. This is the Class 6 game of the week. I'm really excited for this one. We got both of these two teams top 10 right now. Blue Springs South, the Jaguars, they're on a run right now. They're scoring 5.6 a game, which isn't like the most beautiful thing, but I mean they're playing really tough competition right now, and they are allowing 3.8. I think Jaguars could win this one. I saw Liberty North against Staley. Staley pitched Jake Thomas, who's a Butler signee, so I mean he's pretty good, but I don't know. Liberty North felt a little flat on offense. The pitching staff did okay. I mean, obviously they did let up 8 runs, so I don't really know how to gauge Liberty North. I know it was just one game. That was the one that I saw in person. It just wasn't their best game, so I don't want to take that into account too bad and just think that they're not a good team because I know they're a good team. But I will go with Blue Springs South in this one.
I'm going to agree with that. Liberty North, 4 of 5 in their last 9 games, including one of those wins over Blue Springs South. But Blue Springs South had beat Staley recently in their last matchup. They did lose to Liberty North 10-9 earlier, but I think they're able to overcome this, especially being at home.
Lee Summit versus Staley. This is a big one. Lee Summit, I think we got at 6. I think we have them 6 in the rankings, and Staley we have at 2. Lee Summit beat Staley a few weeks back, I think 2 weeks ago. I think Staley gets their get back, though. They're doing good right now. They put a few good wins together, including that Liberty North game that I just talked about. Staley scoring 6 runs a game. They're allowing 2.7. I really like Lee Summit. They're on a massive win streak right now as well. But I don't know. I'm going to go with the higher-ranked team here.
I'm going to take the Falcons as well. Staley's been playing well. They did lose to Blue Springs South, but they've responded really well. A win over Blue Springs and a Liberty North team that we both think highly of. So I'm going to take the Falcons to win this one.
Lindbergh versus Fort Zumwalt East. This one should be pretty fun. I will go with the home team here at Lindbergh. They're scoring 6.8 a game. They're allowing 3.3. I like Fort Zumwalt East this year, but I don't think they really have what it takes to get it done against Lindbergh on the road. If this is a home game, it'll be closer, but with it being at the Flyers, got to go with Lindbergh.
Yeah, Lindbergh's a hot team right now. They've won 4 in a row, North Point and Eureka during that stretch. I think they kind of carry this on as they go their run in the playoffs.
Francis Howell versus Fort Zumwalt West, the one Class 6 playoff game that we're covering today. Got to go with Francis Howell. We got them at number 1 in the rankings. I think they'll win state. They should win state. They're scoring 6.5 a game. They're allowing 2.4. I like the Vikings this year.
I'm going to pick the number 1 seed to win first round. I mean that's pretty easy. I was about to say I was just going to just play a joke and say I have Francis Howell losing first round of the postseason, even though they're my favorites to win the state championship. But I will take Francis Howell to win comfortably in this one.
All right, that's all we got for today. I will be at Learfield tonight, so no game. You'll see West Plains versus Licking tonight on the channel, as I said. And then Smith Cotton versus Capital City highlights will be Friday morning. I think there's going to be some weather on Friday, so I don't know if I'll be anywhere. I'm unbooked, so I may just not go out in general. If nobody asks me to come, I'm not just going to show up randomly. So that's all we got for today. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. See you next time.